Hello, it's Wednesday and I just left the dermatologist office. I had a mole on my scalp that I was a little concerned about. I've been very nervous about this appointment because number one, I have a new dermatologist. It's not the person I'm used to, but my previous dermatologist is not in network for my new insurance, so I had to find one who was. So I don't like going to new doctors. It always makes me nervous. I don't know why. Well, you never know what to expect. You know, they might be great. They might be an asshole. I mean, it's a toss-up. You just don't know. Doctors are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But she was actually very nice, very, very helpful. And so I was very nervous about that spot on my head because I started thinking, like, if it has to be removed, I'm going to have a big old bald spot on top of my head. Actually, one of my uncles he had like a melanoma or something on his scalp, and they ended up, oh God, they ended up actually having to go into the bone, like part of his skull. Ugh, it was bad. But anyway, so I was really nervous about it, but fortunately, I am happy to say it was nothing. She said it was nothing to worry about. You know, we'll keep an eye on it, but for right now, she saw no need to do anything. She said it's just a mole. You know, keep sunscreen on it. Don't be mean to it or anything, but she didn't see any need to do anything about it at this point. So I have an appointment to follow up next year. She did a full check. You know how they just look at everything, and no problems, none whatsoever. And I am genuinely shocked. I have had a few moles removed in the past. None of them were cancerous or anything. It was just like, when in doubt, cut it out. Like it looks fishy, we're just going to go ahead and remove it. And they were biopsied and it was nothing. So, but I figured at least the one on my scalp, she would want to do something. She said, no, it's just a mole. Don't worry about it. You know, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll take a picture of it. If it looks any different in a year, maybe we'll do something. But right now, no, it looks good. Don't worry about it. So I am very relieved. I've been dreading this appointment all week. I knew I needed to do it, and it's just part of being a grown-up that kind of sucks. Like, I knew I needed to do it, but I need to know, but I don't want to know. Part of me just goes, well, if we don't bother making an appointment, we'll never know, and it'll be fine. We'll just stick our head in the sand, and if we don't know, we won't have to do anything about it. If we ignore it, maybe it will go away. But no, you can't do that. You have to do it. You got to just suck it up and put your big girl panties on and just go deal with it. So I did. And also, this morning, they came and measured at my house the drywall that's going to have to be removed on the back of my house. They are actually going to remove more than they initially thought they were going to have to do, because the mold growth there's another spot that the mold growth is a little bit more than they thought initially. So anyway, I know how much they're going to have to remove. They're going to have a cabinet specialist come in and pull out all the cabinets, the bottom cabinets on either side of my dishwasher. Just go in front of me, you know, that's cool. You know, the stoplight doesn't apply to you. It's fine. You don't have to stop just because it's red. It's your world, baby. We just live in it. This lady just went on through the red light and just boop. Okay, damn. So anyway, they're going to have to pull out all the cabinets, the lower cabinets, and the dishwasher, because the piece they're going to have to cut out is actually pretty damn big. But it doesn't go up too high, which is good, because I was afraid they were going to have to start removing like backsplash stuff, and like that could get really complicated. No, it looks like it's going to be all right. The only concern is the countertop. There's a chance, and they told me this. They said there's a chance that when they go to pull these cabinets out, your countertop could be damaged. I mean, these big slabs like this are surprisingly fragile. you can't go shifting them around a whole lot. They can break. So that's possible. I'm just telling you now, that is possible. We're going to do everything we can to avoid it. But, so the countertops that I went through hell to get, 6 damn months of hell, yeah, let's hope they don't get broken, because that would really suck. So, I haven't heard a word out of Paradise Home Improvement. I haven't heard a word out of JV Construction, the company that actually installed the siding. I haven't heard from any of them. The insurance company is going to be contacting Paradise Home Improvement soon to let them know, okay, here are the damages, here's what it's going to cost to fix it. And we are coming after you for the money, because they are going to hold them responsible. So, but we're going to get it done. They said it might be a week or so before the cabinet people can get out there. So what they'll do is they'll schedule it where the cabinet people will come in one day, pull all the cabinets out, and they're probably just going to have to leave the countertop where it is, prop it up with 2x4s or something, and leave it like that. And then the next day, the people who are going to do the drywall will come back and cut out the drywall and, replace it. So it's going to be like hopefully it will only be a 2-day job. But it's going to be at least a week before they can get to it. So I'll just wait to hear from them. So I'm hugely relieved that the little spot up here is nothing. I am so relieved, because I was quite concerned about it. Like, I just hope it's nothing serious. I don't give a shit about the bald spot as much as I do, like, what if it's actually, cancer or something? I mean, that could be really bad. But she said, no, it's just a mole. We'll keep an eye on it. And I have an appointment to go back in a year for it, just another check, look at it again, make sure everything looks cool. But yeah, I had no other issues. I'm so damn relieved. I swear, it is a huge weight off my mind, because I've been wondering about it ever since I made the appointment. It's been on my mind. Every time I would scroll through my calendar and I would see that appointment, I would think about it. So, yay. That's wonderful. Yes, I'm so relieved. It's so great. I went through a similar thing with my younger son several years ago. He had a mole, and we had been at the beach, and I noticed at the beach that it looked very irritated. It just didn't look good, and I was very worried about it. I didn't tell him I was worried about it. I just said, let's get an appointment and get somebody to look at that, just to make sure. And apparently what had happened was it was just a regular mole that we think he was doing a lot of, like, getting on the little boogie board and sliding in the ocean. And we think maybe doing all that, it got irritated, and, the sand, like, had scratched it and irritated it. So, because actually by the time we got to the appointment, it was already looking better. But I had taken pictures of it, and I showed it to the doctor, and they said, yeah, it looks like it was just irritated. It's just a mole. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't need to do anything to it. I was very relieved that it wasn't something serious. He said, yeah, it's just a mole that got a little irritated with the sand, because it was right on his stomach. So that was a relief. Oh, God. So, yeah, I upset some people yesterday. I had a few people got upset with me yesterday for blocking the lady that went on a diatribe, who wrote her own book in response to me telling her to write a part 2 of my story to add substance to it. And they pointed out to me, as if I didn't know, you're too sensitive. You are just way too sensitive to criticism. You really need to work on that. Well, no shit. I think I've said that. I am very open about that. Yes, I am very sensitive to criticism. Yeah. Are you new here? I don't mean to be a bitch. I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just saying, I will openly and freely tell you that, yes, I am very sensitive to criticism. If you grow up in an environment where everything you do is criticized, you can never do anything right, and you're constantly compared to other people, and then you go on to get into a group that criticizes everything you do, and then you go on to marry someone who criticizes everything you do, oddly enough, some people become a little touchy. It's like the line of the Bruce Springsteen song, Born in the USA. Let's see, like a dog that's been beat too much, you spend your whole life just covering up. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, I know I'm very sensitive to criticism. And I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I didn't block her because I'm sensitive to criticism. I blocked her, truly, like I said, I blocked her because if my comment upsets you that much, you don't need to be commenting anymore. You really just need to move on. And maybe this will prompt her to move on. I was not doing it because I'm too sensitive to criticism. I did it because she was just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. If you've never had to read shit like this every day, hundreds of comments a day, after a while it starts to mess with you. And I can either block people, and I'm not talking about her, I'm just talking about people in general who want to nitpick or criticize, and their criticism is not helpful at all. You either are going to get to the point that you just don't want to make videos at all anymore, or you just have to do away with the people that have nothing useful to say. I don't know any other way to describe it. It's kind of like having a landline installed in your house. You have a phone installed in your house. You can't control when it's going to ring. You can't control what the people calling you are going to say. And if you have one person who calls you and just constantly complains, are you going to keep answering that phone? When you see it's them calling, are you going to pick up? Probably not. So after a while, you might just block their number because you don't want to hear it anymore. Now multiply that by hundreds of calls a day. Fortunately, 99% of those calls are awesome. And I'm not just saying I want people to kiss my ass. You don't have to kiss my ass. It's okay. But if you are just being, if you're just being an asshole, I'm not gonna tolerate you calling my house and being an asshole to me. I'm gonna block you so I don't have to deal with you anymore. Don't worry, a new one will pop up tomorrow who is more than willing to call me names and say bad things and tell me I'm ugly and my mother dresses me funny or something like that. There are always more waiting. There are always more. It never stops, and it can be very discouraging after a while, to the point where a lot of people, there have been a lot of great YouTubers who have been run off, who have just stopped making videos because they couldn't take it. And I get it. I get it. Because it sucks. It will get to you. I don't care how strong you are. There's no limit to what these people will say. There's absolutely no limit. They don't hold back. They will say whatever they want to you. And it will hurt your feelings. It will hurt you. I don't give a shit how strong you are. It will hurt. Some of it will really hurt. And I hear you. And when this is what somebody told me yesterday, if you can't handle it, you need to get off YouTube. You need to quit making videos. If you're that delicate, if you're a snowflake and you can't handle it, you just need to stop. Well, okay. Here you go, honey. How about this? All the people who are bothered because they have feelings and they're human beings, if they all got off YouTube, can you imagine what kind of videos would you get to watch after that? What kind of people would be left making videos? Psychos and robots, basically, is about all you're going to have left. You're not going to have anybody left. And it's really easy to be on the other side of the screen, having never dealt with it, and say that. I get it. Maybe this person just didn't understand, but I did have somebody tell me yesterday, you just need to get off here. If you can't handle that, yeah, you need to get your little delicate ass off of YouTube if you can't handle it. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I just, and again, this has nothing to do with the woman I was talking about yesterday. I have done this to other people. If you get this upset because I responded to your comment. If she is free to say what she wants to say, I am free to say what I want to say, and it's my channel, and if I want you to go away, I make you go away. It's just like, again, if you had a landline, if you had a phone in your house, like say you had a phone in your house, and somebody just kept calling you and complaining because they hate your pants. I can't stand your pants. Your pants are so ugly. They look stupid. And they call you again, I hate your pants. Are you eventually just going to do away with this person? Like, I'm blocking their number. I am sick of hearing this. Yeah, you would. So, but yes, I am very sensitive to criticism. I am not perfect, and I do the best I can. But I enjoy making videos. But sometimes, I don't know if it's worth it. Sometimes I feel like just making videos and keeping them to myself. Like, I'll just make them and, you know, keep them for myself. Or blocking comments altogether because it sucks. If you've never done this, you cannot really appreciate how hard it is sometimes. And if you're a little tender-hearted like me, I'm kind of tender-hearted. I always have been. It gets to you. And I deal with it every day the only way I know how. I do whatever feels right at the time. Whether it's turning off comments altogether or blocking people, that's what I do. But if you've never put yourself out there, and again, you don't have to tell me, well, you put yourself out there, you know you're going to be criticized. Well, no shit, master of the obvious, I know that. Doesn't make it hurt any less. Doesn't make it any less discouraging. And again, I don't want people to kiss my ass. I just don't understand why people have to be so mean. I enjoy what I do, but I don't always enjoy the way it makes me feel. So, I had never thought on this channel I would have to disable comments, but here we are. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and be happy doing something else. And later I will do a video for my other channel, and I will enjoy that. And I guess I just won't worry about anything else. Sometimes it just sucks enjoying something so much and getting hurt by it at the same time. Anyway, I didn't mean to get all upset. I really didn't. But I have always been described as tender-hearted, so, you know, it happens. I think most of y'all are awesome. But sometimes I wonder if my life would be better without all this. I'd have a whole lot more free time. I'd get a lot more sleep at night. I wouldn't be up till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning trying to get a video out. I would probably feel better, honestly. If I truly get to the point that I feel like doing this right here is adversely affecting the quality of my life, I will either stop altogether or severely slow it down, because I don't have to do it. And it's like the painting videos at Halloween. I mean, if I don't enjoy it anymore, why the hell am I going to do it? Why would I do it? I'm not going to do it. This was... I started doing this because it was supposed to be something just for me that I enjoyed, and sometimes I don't really enjoy it anymore. So I have really derailed myself in this video. I started out feeling really good, and now I don't feel so great. But I think y'all are great. Most of y'all are great. Some of y'all are douchebags. I'm not going to mince words. Some of y'all just need to do something else with your life and stop being a dick to people on the internet. But yeah, I know the internet. I know the internet is a crazy place, and I know people will say anything to you. And that's the first thing I say to anybody who says, "Oh, I want to make videos for, I want to be on TikTok or YouTube or whatever." First of all, I don't know shit about TikTok other than the fact that it's killing people's attention spans, and I think it's toxic. That's just my opinion. And I'm not on there. I don't know anything about it. I hear there are clips of me on there. It's not me doing that. It's I don't know who the hell it is. It's not me. But that's the first thing I tell people is people will say anything to you, and it never stops. That's the other part of it that's so hard, is that like it never stops. You block person after person after person, and they just keep coming. They just keep coming, and they say nasty shit to you. There is nothing is off limits. They will say whatever to you, and they hope it hurts you. And sometimes if you have feelings and you are human, it is going to hurt you. That's the first thing I tell people. You have to be really tough. And some days you're not going to be tough. You're not. You will get upset. And I don't know that it's worth it. I enjoy it, but at the same time, it sucks. At the very least, I'm going to take a comment vacation for a while. I'm not reading anything on this channel or the other one. I don't care. I don't care what people do. I don't give a shit anymore. I have enough going on in my real, actual life to focus on and deal with. I don't need any extra shit right now. I don't need it. So yeah, it's my channel, and as I've said before, it's my channel. I will run it into the ground if I want to. I don't give a shit. I will run that bitch into the ground if I choose to do so. Nobody else is going to make me leave. That'll be up to me. Nobody is running me off. I would be damned. I mean, even if I had decided to quit, if somebody tried to make me quit, I would do it until the end of time, because nobody is going to decide that for me. But I will run this fucker into the ground if that's what I choose to do. I don't care. Like I said, it just started out for being something I do for fun. And when it stops being fun, I'll just stop. It's hard to, it's hard to describe how I feel about it. I don't know. I'm just babbling at this point. Anyway, I have stuff to do. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have to get home and get back to work. I've got to go to the post office. I got to drop some stuff off here at Goodwill, and then I got to go home and get back to work. But I appreciate y'all being here, the ones of you that are not assholes. I really appreciate you. I think you're great. I think you're good people. I have learned that there are a lot of great people in the world. There really are. And yes, I am sensitive to criticism. What was your first clue? Wow, and they say it to me like it's a brilliant revelation, like, yeah, no shit. I'm pretty sure I already knew that, dude. Welcome to the party. I am not perfect. I am just a regular goober, just like you. I'm just a regular yokel. And some days this doesn't make me very happy. And I don't know right now what I want to do about that. I'm going to have to think about it. Because my mental well-being is not a commodity that I care to deplete for people I don't even know. So, I'm sorry if I upset anyone. No, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm not sorry for what I said or did. I had my reasons for what I said and did, and I'm not sorry. I'd do it again. I'm not going to unblock that person. But you know what? Now I'm going on a rant just like she did. I think I need to block myself for a while. Maybe that's the answer. I can hear you. I'm sure at least one of you has said that already. Hey, dumbass bitch. You're doing exactly what you blocked that other lady for doing. All these spaces in this parking lot, and you got to park right there. It's just weird because there's like nobody, and he's snuggled in. Oh, I know what he's doing. It's the shade. I don't blame him. That's why I'm over here. It's the last shady spot in the parking lot. I would have done the same thing, especially if I was going to be here for a while. But yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing that that lady did, and I blocked her, so I'm gonna block myself for a while. I'm not gonna stop making videos. I'm just gonna make videos and leave it at that. I'm gonna send them out into the void and just leave them there. You do with them whatever you want to. My life is just not, it's not balanced right. It's like I have one tire. You know, you have a tire that's off. You're pushing a cart in the store and one wheel is off. I got a wheel that's off on my shopping cart. I need to realign it. So, I'm sorry you feel that way if I ruffled your feathers yesterday. I'm not sorry for what I said. I'm not sorry for what I did. But I think I need to take my own medicine and do what I did to that lady. So I hope you're having a great day. I'm happy I don't have cancer, at least on my head. My head is a cancer. And I'm going to spend more time working on my story. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dive back into Holiday and just get lost in it. I'm just going to get back into it and get lost in it. To hell with what anybody has to say to me, about me. I don't care. Because one great thing I can do, and I really love this, if I sit down and try to read a book, I can't focus. I have no tolerance for it anymore. I get antsy and I have to get up and do stuff, and I can't just sit down and read a book anymore. But I can sit down with a notepad, and I did it earlier today for about an hour. I'm going to start doing this more. I can sit down with a notepad, and I'm writing the follow-up to River Road. There is a part 2 for River Road. I've been working on it for years. I can sit down with a notepad and just, it's almost like when I'm writing it out, I press pause when I got to go do something else. And when I'm ready to restart, I just press play again. And I'm just writing down everything I see and hear the characters doing. And I get lost in it. I can sit there for an hour, 2 hours, and not even realize I have been sitting there that long. And I look up, it's like, holy shit. I've been working on this for 2 hours. And it doesn't feel like it because you get lost in it. This is going to be a long book. It's a long story, very long. I'm still in part 1. There's a very distinct second part I haven't gotten to yet. I'm going to just get lost in Holiday and see if that makes me feel any better. I think it will. I'm really enjoying it. I don't feel like I'm writing it. I just see it play out in my head, and I'm just telling you what I see and hear. And it's an interesting story, absolutely. And I will definitely share it with you if and when I ever get it done. I'm going to put it on Kindle just like River Road. I also hope to eventually get to the point where I have paperback, where you can order a paperback of River Road. And eventually, if and when I ever get Holiday done, a lot of people have asked me, why can't you get them in paperback? Because my lazy ass hasn't set it up. That's why. But you can read it on Kindle, and I'm going to do videos reading it as well. I don't know if it's going to be as long as River Road. It may be. I don't know yet. I'm not really sure how long it's going to be. I can tell you that I'm still working on part 1. Single space typed. I have it saved in a Word document on my computer. Letter size paper. It's already over 230 pages, and that's just part 1. So working on that makes me feel good. It makes me feel good because I can just get completely lost in the story. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just document everything I see and hear playing out in this story. And it is a holiday. It's like a vacation. It's really cool. And I love that I can do that. That's the way River Road was, the same way. I would just sit down. Most of that I typed. Some of it I wrote longhand and then typed. A lot of it I just typed. And it was so great to just get completely lost in that story, and I'm just writing down everything I see and hear. It was wonderful. It's almost like you go into a trance. It's very, very cool. And you lose all track of time when you're doing it, too. It is crazy. And I thoroughly love that that's something I can do. It's one of my life's joys. It's something I really like. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to focus on that. And to hell with everything else. I'll take care of my obligations. I hang out with my kids every day. That's one of the great things about working from home. I'm usually there when they get home from school, and we talk, and we spend a lot of time together. I'm going to still do that. Hang out with my cats. I'm going to get my drywall fixed. I'm going to get my vanity countertops put in. That's going to be next month. I'm replacing the countertops in all 3 of my bathrooms coming up in about a month. I'm still going to take care of all of life's obligations. I'm just not going to... I know people will still leave nasty comments. People leave nasty comments. And I do still plan to do a video on my other channel reading some of these comments. So I have screenshots of so many that I have gotten. And I'm going to be showing the screenshots and responding. And, because I'm a smart ass. And my responses will probably be kind of smart ass-ish. Because that's just how I handle things. I just, I think it's a defense mechanism. I just become a smart ass to hide the fact that some of them do hurt. They really do. Some of them are just funny. Like, they're meant to be an insult, but they just come across as really funny for some reason. Like, that's not even an insult. That's actually quite humorous. Like, I'm not even bothered by it. But I think I will do that. I'm going to focus on holiday. I am thoroughly enjoying getting to see Aiden in a totally different environment, doing what he does best. And let me tell you, he is something else. I swear. Wow. Wait until you see what he does. There's so much about him that I didn't know before I started writing this story out. And there's a lot to him that you don't know from River Road. That I've learned a lot about him, and he's really interesting. If you liked him before, you're really gonna like him after this. Wow, because you get to learn a whole backstory thing on him. It's really interesting. So that's coming up. I'd rather focus on that than feeling like shit because some stranger on the internet doesn't like me. But it's funny because it seems like the people who don't like me are the ones who comment the most. Like, why don't you just go away then? That's when I started blocking people, like, because they keep coming back. If you don't block them, they just keep coming back. They don't go away. So I don't engage with them. I just do away with them because I don't want to hear it. I like to nip problems in the bud. But anyway, I need to shut up now. I hope that you have a great day. I do apologize for I'm not apologizing for being who I am. I'm sorry if you can't handle who I am, and if I am too much of a drama queen for you, maybe this channel is just not your flavor of ice cream. I don't know what else to tell you. Although I would say perspective would be a good thing if you gain some perspective. If you think I'm a bit too much, you haven't spent a whole lot of time on the internet. I think I'm pretty vanilla compared to some people on the internet. Pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe I am terrible. Or maybe I'm just human and I have off days just like you do. Because I know you have them too. I know you do. Because we all do. Everybody does. That's what makes you human. So I'm going to get out of here so I can go run my errands and get home before my son gets home from school. So thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are not jerks, thank you for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you again soon.